Aloha, Dr. Heather Tucker here with another episode of Wisdom Wednesdays. So happy that you're here because we're in the series talking about the key secrets to operating successfully. Do you ever find yourself having difficulty communicating with others? And would you like to have a deeper connection with yourself and others? Well, in this video, you want to stay tuned because we're going to be talking all about how to better communicate with yourself and other people so that you can fully be everything that you've been called to be, do everything that you've been called to do, and have everything that you've been called to have in your life. Now, I've broken these secrets down into 4 areas and I call them the 4 R's. Last week's video was on respect. Today, we're going to be talking about rapport. And then the following 2 videos, we're going to be talking about resources and results. So in this video, I'm going to be talking all about rapport, how it impacts your entire world, what the Bible says about it, and then just my 2 cents on how you can improve this area in your life. Now, before getting into it, I want to share with you why do you want to adopt these secrets and for yourself? Because regardless of what you would like to achieve, whether it's more success, more abundance in your business or career, more connected relationships, better health, everything that we experience in this world is an extension of you. And it's the posture of your mindset and your heart space that will attract or repel these things to or from you. We're gearing up for our communication mind mastery certification next month. Take a look at that at anotherlevelliving.com/trainings, and it'll tell you all about it. But what you're getting here is just a subset of what we talk about in that class, because no matter who you think you are, you're so much more than that. And again, if you want more in your life, then you are the captain of your ship. You're the master of your fate. You can be able to step into that by just rechanging the way that you look at things and your perspectives, which goes on to another reason why you may want to adopt these secrets into your life. There's so much miscommunication happening in the world simply because we think that other people should think and feel like we do. Well, this is actually funny to me because now our mind works and there's no 2 minds that think alike, and each of us have our own different values and beliefs and perspectives and opinions based on our own unique experiences. So when we can understand better our mind, and then we can be able to understand where other people are coming from, it just makes the world so much of a better place. The other reason why you want to adopt these secrets for yourself is because right now there's a great need for change, for healing, for transformation, and total restoration of ourselves, of our families, of our communities. And when we adopt these secrets, we'll actually become the change that we wish to see, and everything else will change around us. The last thing that this is going to highlight for you is how well you communicate. How well do you really listen and express yourself with love, with aloha, that unconditional love? So let's get into it. The secret for rapport, all right? Rapport, I'm going to tell you, is a close and harmonious relationship, which when one people or group of people concerned understand each other's feelings and ideas and actually communicate well. So the secret is resistance is a sign of lack of rapport. Resistance itself is a refusal to accept or comply with something, the attempt to prevent something or an action or argument. And what we resist persists. It starts as this small voice and then becomes louder over time. The more we ignore it, the louder it gets. So I want you to think of this in 2 ways. A lot of times we can have these internal struggles where there's this lack of rapport with ourselves, which sometimes can prevent us from really being able to express ourselves, have these congruent decision making, being able to know the way forward. It can lead to feeling stuck and procrastinated, uncertain, overwhelmed, stressed. And then there's also these external challenges, which sometimes reflect in our relationships. And our relationships are a lot of times a reflection of what's going on with us. So there's a sub secret to this secret, and that is the meaning of communication is the response that you get. So, how the responses that are coming is determining maybe whether there's miscommunication or difficulty in your communication. Now, what does the Bible say about this? Ephesians 4:29 says, "Let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only such as good for building up as it fits the occasion, that it may have grace for those who hear." So, one of the things we talk about in communication mastery, our thoughts can become things, our emotions, their energy and motions, and sometimes what we talk about and we can bring about. And in the word, there is life, and in the word, there is death. Are we speaking life into people? Are we speaking death into people? So, pay attention to your communication. It doesn't mean be silent, but be cognizant of your thoughts and what you are sharing. A lot of times we love to I call it BMW, right? Bitch, moan, and whine and complain. And sometimes that never really gets us anywhere. So, whenever we're doing that, there's a message in it for you, which actually goes into the second verse I want to share with you, which is Colossians 3:13. And it says, "Bearing with one another, if one has a complaint against another, forgive each other. As the Lord has forgiven you, so must we also forgive." Forgiveness is one of those things that we really, really work on here at Another Level Living. We make it an easy process to be able to let go. Because if we don't forgive someone else, we've all fallen short. Then how can we really ask for forgiveness? And lastly, Ecclesiastes 4:9, it says, "Two are better than one because they have good reward for their toil." A lot of times when there's these difficulties in communication, we want to isolate, we want to run away, we want to be able to not engage. When there's a great power when we bring more heads together than one. See, each of us hold a piece of the masterpiece. So as they come together, then that light is able to shine. Now, here's my 2 cents on all of this, okay? I know it's a lot that I'm throwing at you, and I'm telling you, it's so very worth it. First one, you want to face the things that you are resisting and avoiding, both internally and externally in all areas of your life. It's easy to focus on the things that we're good at, yet neglect the things that we're not. So, really lean into what's going on, let go of what you need to let go of so that you can leap forward and reach out for us for support if you need it, because there's no need in going the battle alone. Number 2, celebrate the resistance. I know this makes no sense. I know it makes no sense. But if you weren't important, worthy, valuable, amazing, then you wouldn't be experiencing it. Something that sometimes the challenges and the obstacles that come up in our life are called to be able for us to be able to learn something that we need to move forward. And number 3, keep going with ease and grace. Crawl sometimes if you have to, because so many times people give up before the victory. And it's such a shame because when we do that, it makes us feel like we wasted our time, when reality is that there's no time wasted. So it's the things that we hold internally and externally that show up externally. If there's things that are happening in your external world, look into wonder what's going on and go ahead and reach out to us if you need support. Now, if you like this video, make sure that you share it because sharing is caring. And also put your comment on your biggest takeaway in the chat so we can be able to hear from you. Look forward to seeing you next week for another episode of Wisdom Wednesdays. And in the meantime, have an amazing rest of the week. Peace.